Hello friends, this is Jack from Choco Anime Recap, and today, I'm going to recap the 2022 soccer football anime called Blue Lock, episode 17. But before that, it's my humble request to every person who is watching this. Please like this video and share it with your friends. Isagi blends his latest additions to his game, the blind spot and off-the-ball moves, with his superior spatial awareness to flawlessly identify where all his opponents are focusing their attention. This newfound insight leads him to invent innovative ways to reach the goal. He passes the ball to Baro, fully aware that Ryo will alter his balance to confront him. But Isagi takes advantage of the situation by darting in the opposite direction and slipping past Ryo. Now, he stands alone in front of the goal and waits for a pass from Baro. Unfortunately, Baro ignores Isagi's presence and continues to play solo, resulting in him losing the ball to Kunigami. The red team seizes this opportunity to launch a counterattack. Nagi marks Chigiri and Isagi covers Ryo, but he realizes that leaving Kunigami unmarked is a huge mistake as he will enter his scoring sweep spot and shoot. Kunigami does exactly as expected and puts the ball into the net, giving his team a commanding 2-0 lead. Nagi confronts Baro for not passing to Isagi, who is free, but Baro questions him on why he would pass to someone else so they can score. Nagi tells him nothing will matter if they don't win, but Baro states it doesn't matter if it ain't his goals. As the two can't coordinate, Isagi decides to control the team. Isagi then starts thinking of chemical reactions with Nagi and Baro, and update his vision of the field. As the game restarts, Isagi looks at Baro and realizes that whatever pass he gives him, it won't lead to a goal. At the same time, he looks at Nagi and sees endless goal potentials. Isagi realizes that he has evolved to the level where he can sense Nagi's off-the-ball movements. He gives him a pass and Chigiri heads towards it, stating that he can't compete with speed with him. Nagi states that no matter how fast he is, humans are unable to suddenly go backward. Nagi then touches the ball in an unthinkable way and redirects it behind Chigiri, eliminating him and opening a chance to shoot. Nagi then takes the shot and scores. As Nagi's play went beyond Isagi's vision, Isagi realizes that this is the chemical reaction between him and Nagi. Nagi wants that Isagi, and he continue playing alone, but Isagi knows that they are barely holding against the red team, and the chemical reaction with Baro is the missing piece they need to win. Isagi confronts Baro on the field, pointing out that his current playstyle is not allowing them to score. He explains that by passing the ball to him and Nagi, they would have more opportunities to score and make the most of each other's skills. Baro staunchly sticks to his beliefs, stating that he only wins through his own goals and refuses to play for anyone else. Isagi grows frustrated, telling Baro that his stubbornness will result in a loss for the team. Despite this, Baro remains resolute, unwilling to change his core principles. Isagi can't help but feel disappointed, knowing that Baro's immense talent is being wasted. He vents his anger, telling Baro that his narrow-mindedness is hindering his potential. Isagi joined forces with Baro with the belief that Baro was capable of greatness. But if he continues down his current path, his career will come to a premature end. Baro, growing increasingly frustrated with the situation, tells Isagi to be mindful of his words. Despite recognizing his own talent, Baro is discouraged by his lack of success. He has no interest in considering tactics that may improve their team's play, such as maximizing each other's strengths. Baro firmly states that they are both driven by their own egos and that Isagi should not try to control him. Isagi questions his own motivations for fixating on Baro. Is it simply to win the game, or does he feel that Baro's situation is such a waste of potential? Meanwhile, Nagi observes that Baro is still acting like a king, even though his approach is not producing the desired results. Nagi argues that until Baro is willing to admit defeat, he will never truly understand the meaning of disappointment. The match continues as Ryo and Isagi square off. Ryo questions Isagi, pointing out that he doesn't understand why Nagi would choose someone like him to play. Isagi is taken aback by the statement, but Ryo doesn't seem to be bothered. He states that he doesn't have any flashy or unique abilities like the rest of the team, but that is what makes him so determined to win. Ryo quickly moves the ball forward, passing to Kunigami who, sensing Baro closing in, returns the ball to Ryo. Kunigami then breaks free from Baro, and Ryo once again finds him with a precise pass. Isagi begins to see that Ryo is the backbone of the team. Despite not being known for a specific skill, he excels in every aspect of the game. The ball eventually reaches Chigiri, who is met by Nagi. Chigiri declares that he is not like Baro and launches a long pass towards the center of the penalty box. Isagi rushes forward to try to get to the ball first, but Kunigami shoves him aside and heads the ball into the goal. Isagi was struggling with the decision to continue playing with Baro or switch to Nagi. He knew they could score a few more times, but ultimately the outcome wouldn't change. Then, he remembered the words of Narahaya, who called him the genius of adaptability. Isagi realized that it's not about conforming to Baro's playstyle, but about embracing and incorporating it into his own. He understood that trying to control Baro's play would not lead to success, but rather he needed to find a way to make Baro's skills complement his own. With this newfound understanding, Isagi confidently informed Nagi that they were going to win the game and instructed him to keep an eye on Isagi's moves. With the game still in play, Isagi is fully aware of the opposing team's strategy. The red team is now wary of Nagi, and Ryo is determined to prevent Isagi from passing to him. The rest of the red team positions themselves, ready to outnumber Nagi if Isagi manages to make the pass. Kunigami is not too concerned with marking Baro, as the team assumes he is no longer a threat. However, Isagi sees this as an opportunity and decides to play with Baro. As he dribbles towards him, the red team is taken aback, and Kunigami moves to shut down Baro. But Isagi had a plan, quickly passing to Nagi. Chigiri prepares to face Nagi, but Ryo warns him not to fall for it, as Nagi will easily dodge him. Chigiri hesitates, blocking Nagi's path, and Ryo joins him, leaving no room for Nagi to pass. As the game resumes, Baro charges forward, eager for the ball. But Kunigami is one step ahead, smothering his every move. Nagi sees that all eyes are on him, but from his perspective, he spots Isagi lurking in a blind spot, ready to pounce. Nagi keeps his focus on Isagi and makes the pass. The red team suddenly realizes their mistake as Isagi sprints towards the goal. Baro, who was seen as a hindrance by the others, was merely a distraction for Isagi's true intentions. Isagi acknowledges that changing others is impossible, but adapting oneself is crucial. And with that, Isagi nets the ball, bringing the score to 3-2. Baro is left stunned as he realizes that Isagi used him as a pawn. Isagi taunts Baro, calling him a donkey, an insult that Baro often dishes out to others. He tells Baro to continue playing his own game and not get in their way. Enraged, Baro wants to prove that he is the true king of the field. The red team begins with possession, but Ryo senses that Isagi's demeanor has changed. The rest of the team are cautious of Isagi, anticipating a pass from Ryo. Ryo opts for the established link-up play, sending the ball to Chigiri and then to Kunigami. Baro, however, refuses to be a bystander and asserts that if the ball won't come to him, he'll go get it himself. He manages to strip the ball from Kunigami and launches a counterattack. Nagi requests a pass, but Baro denies him. Ryo comes to Kunigami's aid, kicking the ball away from Baro. However, the ball falls into the hands of Isagi, causing Ryo and Kunigami to question whether Isagi deliberately positioned himself to intercept the ball after Baro's takeover. Chigiri charges towards Isagi, but instead of panicking, Isagi calmly passes the ball to Nagi, who then scores, leveling the score to 3-3. As the red team moves forward with the ball, Chigiri is aware of the fact that if they keep sticking to their usual tactics, Isagi will easily predict their moves and shut them down. With a pass from Ryo, Chigiri recognizes his own vulnerability when he takes control of the ball and slows down, leaving him open for Nagi to block him. To overcome this weakness, Chigiri decides to take a bold move and swiftly propel the ball with his first touch, keeping it rolling as he runs. He manages to stay clear of Nagi, evading Baro's tackle, and with a powerful shot, scores a goal. This impresses Nagi, who realizes that Chigiri has evolved. Isagi applauds Chigiri's bravery and states that a striker who is buried before they have a chance to shine can never become the world's best. And this brings the anime to an end. Comment for part 18. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.